Hey, okay, okay, my sissy, okay, I said I'm with my sis. She's a powerhouse and she's 24 years old, but she's a phenom. When you see her, whether dancing or college, she about to get it. No, stop it. Hold on. Let her cook. Let her cook. Nah, I ain't even gonna hold you. Did that not hit? It did. It hit. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. What's up, beautiful people? Que paso, hermosas personas? Welcome to part B of an interview you just watched with a phenom by the name of Miss Tammy Dennis. Well, remember I told you, I promised you that I was going to introduce you to her daughter, who is not to be played with, okay? I love her so much you may recognize her. She's an NBA dancer, whether she's being excellent on the court. But here's what I want to focus on, her excellence off the court through her business, Dream Collegiate, where she's helping the next generation of all things college and university students know their power to thrive, whether it's a paper or even whether you're applying for something through an application. She's going to make your dream turn into a reality. Nyla, what's up? Hey, nothing much to do. Girl, I'm surprised I had to do that intro without crying because I'm just so proud of her, y'all. I don't know. It's just something about young. Oh, I just be so proud. Not like I'm even old, but I'll be proud of the young generation. I'm so proud of you. Yes. How you feeling? Welcome to the cOHllab.
I'm feeling good.
Yes, all is well. Absolutely. So, we had Mama up here on the last episode, and I was bragging about you. So I'm so excited that people finally get to see you and meet you. That entrepreneurial spirit is definitely in your bones, but I'd love for people to understand the origin story, right? Like what inspired you to start Dream Collegiate? Take us through that whole journey, but even above all for entrepreneurship. So take us to the beginning.
So Dream Collegiate was not something that I had planned at all. I'm also on a pre-med track, so I'm preparing for medical school.
Did y'all hear that?
Okay, great. So it was not at all on my radar. It's very much so a God thing. He actually started speaking to me a little bit about starting some sort of business and education in high school. I would help tutor some of my younger dance sisters with their classes, and their parents were like, it's really helping, like keep working with them.
Yeah.
And then as I got older and went off to college, I started working with another dance sister on getting her preps for college.
Nice.
So during the summer, I'd come home, work with her, and then go back to school. And by the time I graduated, I was able to spend more time with her.
Yeah.
And by the time she made it to the end of her prep journey, she had been admitted to her first choice college in addition to other. She also earned some scholarships.
Yeah,
she just had a really amazing turnout. And her mom called my mom one day and was like, "You need to tell Nyla to start her business." She was like, "Well, you tell her." She she's a little hard headed, which I can be sometimes. So that's just so bitch. So she called me and said, "When are you going to start your business?"
Wow.
And I was just like, "Well, this isn't the first time I've heard that, so I'll just get things started." And I, had to create my logo and go through everything, and the name came so easily. I knew it was a God thing.
Yeah.
Just sitting there thinking about it, I really wanted the name Collegiate to be a part of it because it is a word that sounds so regal.
It does. It does.
To be a collegiate, it just,
yes. It's very opulent. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, the name came together. I started working with some more students, and through word of mouth, that's been the biggest way that Dream Collegiate has gotten around.
I love that. And even the name, it really is all in the name, right? Dream Collegiate, right? So this idea of dream, because I'm going to be honest, I was first in my family to go to school and even, aways, and my mom was the first to do it aways, right? And that support is so important to see, being able to even have someone where you can ask them, how do I even apply? Like, what is a good college application? Yeah. What is a good college essay, right? So in what ways day to day do you help that dream become a reality for people through your business?
Yes, absolutely. So I offer help with services with essay editing, helping the students kind of walk through that process of how do I even start writing this? I see the prompt, I understand it, but there are still pieces that are not making sense to me.
Yeah.
So really focusing on that with them in addition to SAT prep, because my SAT prep was a little bit rigorous.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to get that score like these students do, that top score. So yeah, that's been the biggest thing. And then of course, helping them with scholarship searches, making sure that they're able to actually fill out all components of their application without being confused about certain parts. So that's just the basis of the business. And I've I've moved on to a couple of different branches since I started.
Yes. Ooh. And talk to us a little bit about the entrepreneurial spirit that runs in your family, right? So we had Mama up here last episode, and here you are. So growing up, how was it in the household? Because, it's something about when you grow up in a household with an entrepreneur, it's different, y'all. I'm going to be out, it hit a little different. You got go-getters in your house. You got people who wake up early. Just take us through growing up and how it inspired you in your own journey.
There's no such thing as being lazy. At all. Even if you just feel like, oh, wait, just no, there's no such thing.
Not in this house.
No, not in the house. Take a break, but after you break, you got to get right back to it. But just growing up and seeing her, I think the most important thing to me was how she interacted with her clients. That sat with me the most, and seeing how the relationships that she's had with these women, a lot of them were her clients before I was born.
Yeah.
And forth.
Yeah.
And she still has that relationship with them when we travel back and forth from Charlotte to New Jersey every 8 weeks, excuse me.
Yeah.
And for her to do their hair. So, that relationship piece is so important when you have a business and a clientele. So I really think growing up, I felt like I want to mimic that. And what I've seen, but in the household, it's been amazing. Yeah. I hate to say it like this, got some free hair.
I know that. First of all, I would be in the chair every day. I'd be like, I know you cooking. I'm going to sit right here. Could you get me good? Right there. I love that. And what also I love to see, the two words that stuck out to me were relationships. And also this essence of customer service, which is so dope, because I asked her about that last episode. Why is customer service important? But in your case, being a young phenom, 24 years old, medical student, balancing it all, right? You still pay attention to the detail in your email with your clients, because I've watched her, y'all, when inquiries come in or when she gets a call, baby, the professionalism. Hello, this is Nyla. Yes. So tell me a little bit about you, right? So let's talk about a little bit about that, right? Customer service, relationships, treating people like humans, even when they're coming to you for help, right? With that service. Talk to that.
Yeah. That's always been super important to me, kind of, knowing the balance between having, being professional, but then also kind of having that more personal side to you as well. But of course, wanting to introduce the professional side first.
Yeah.
Right? So letting them know, I am really serious about making sure that you're reaching this goal that you set for yourself. I understand the struggle because I was there not too long ago.
Yeah.
That's really important as well.
Yeah.
But then also letting them know, like, hey, I'm here for you. So if you need help, I'm pretty open. Y'all can text me whenever. If we don't get back to you, I'm going to get back to you as soon as I can.
Yeah.
But just really making myself available to them has been the most important thing.
I love that. And you do it so well. Again, you allow a safe space for them to tell you what they need. Y'all, watching her, hearing the calls, I'm like, if I could get left back, if I could just go back, get left back, have Nyla help me. Because let me tell you, my application was trash. Oh, no. But we're here. 3 degrees later, we're here. I love that so much, Sissy. Yes. How do you balance it all, y'all? Also, too, she is a medical student. I'm going to speak in existence. She's going to deliver my baby. I'm going to speak it in existence because I don't know what the doctor. But so how is it balancing all that, Sissy? I mean, from even, we work for the NBA and having a business, and how do you do it all? How do you go about it?
So every now and then you get kind of in that space where you're like, okay, I'm doing all these things at once. I do also keep an agenda, just like my mom says. I was raised that way to make sure that everything is written on hard copy. I have been a little bit more reliant on my phone lately, but it's just a quick thing, and it's nothing to transfer it to paper.
Yeah.
But I think balancing, I'm a pre-med student, so I'm not in med school yet.
Oh, I'm speaking in existence.
Speak it. I'm excited.
I'm in the future.
You're just what? Just even looking ahead at that, right? What is that going to look like with the business? Medical school is no joke. So really taking the time to balance that time that I have with studying for exams and homework and, really taking in all of the information while also saying on these days, I'm going to dedicate this solely to business. Making sure my students are, on time with their things. And then also knowing your season. So, just like with any business, there's a season that's super important where you're like, it gets really heavy, but then there are other times where it's a little bit on the slower side.
Yeah.
So right now we're in a pretty heavy season because it's those deadlines are coming up. But you know, just knowing when things slow down, this is when I can make the adjustments that I need to work from home. Good.
Oh, I hope y'all heard that because that was a bar for real. You have to know your seasons, which tees up my next question, Sissy. Like I think about young people who want to start a business. Or maybe they didn't like formally go about creating an LLC. Real quick, I know unpopular opinion, you know, in a world where they tell you monetize and make sure you have an LLC and all that, you could real whole lot be a business even without the LLC. That's my humble opinion. It could be in you and not on you anyway. So as someone who, you know, is doing all the things to see and, you know, with the business and all the things, how do you go about being intentional in your collaborations, even with clientele? I mean, because we're dealing with people in the business of people, helping them, getting them those results. How do you go about that?
I like to be very upfront with parents. That's the biggest thing. You want to be upfront and making sure you let them know what your goals are, letting them know, you know, I'm serious about your success as well. And just kind of creating that safe space for them. Is something that I think the parents that I've worked with have really appreciated.
Yeah.
Me providing that safe space either for them or their student. And letting them know that they can also come to me and let me take them off of your hands. That's the biggest thing.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah. I bet there's a parent sighing like, right. Like, yeah, I'm going to call now.
Do it.
Right.
I can't do it. But then, you know, also wanting to make them happy with the result that they're getting. So yeah, and then also letting them know, you let me know your expectations for me because I want to make sure that I'm meeting that as well.
So good.
But yeah, as far as, you know, starting your business, I think it's super important, of course, first to pray about it, pray about everything. Because, you know, if it's not for you and you're trying to, you know, work really, really hard and something that's not meant for you in the first place, you're not setting yourself up for success. So
that's so good. And the reason why I wanted you to talk to that is because, again, I know so many young phenoms too who are doing school and also a business, and it's okay to have a boundary. And I think it's also understanding boundaries aren't meant to keep people out. It's to keep you together, right? Because when you're called to do all the things, you got to make sure you keep things tight, right? On a regimen, that foundation.
Right.
Yes. 24 years old, killing it, doing all the things. So I already know my line is going to be hot. They're going to be like, how can I, Olivia, what was that girl named Nyla? Yes, okay. Because I have so many mommies who have kids, you know, in college right now. And shoot, I need you for my 3 brothers. So real quick, tell us, where can we submit to, you know, or submit our inquiries where we can have you help our children, our brothers, our mentees, all the things?
Absolutely. So I have email, dreamcollegiate@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instagram at dreamcollegiate, where we can communicate. And from there, I would get you more contact information to get things started with your student.
Yes, indeed. And let me tell you all, from start to finish, the customer service is impeccable. I guarantee your student will feel super comfortable and would want to elevate and turn that dream into a reality. Last thing, Sissy, I love to leave people with advice. A lot of young people watch the cOHllab. My demo tends to be 20 to 35. So you're inspiring the masses right now. What are some advice that you have for young people who are like, am I too young to get in business? Should I wait? Should I be older? Could I handle it? Speak some life.
I think that first, like I mentioned before, it's important to pray about it, pray about everything. You always want to make sure that you're in order with everything that you're doing. In addition to that, I'm really big on kind of drowning out the outside noise when it's not needed. Don't drown it all out, because there may be that one voice in the middle trying to show you, you know, hey, that's true, maybe you should do this, or give you some direction.
That's true.
But other than that, just really being able to filter out the things that are more important for you to begin your journey with your business. Doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 18, 19, 25, 35. It doesn't matter how young you are or how old you may be. But yeah, just definitely believe that you can do it yourself. And take that extra time, really dedicate that time yourself to making things happen on your own. And then networking is another big thing. Definitely network. That's been one of my favorite things. Really, you know, it is who you know in some cases, but then also, you know, your work ethic and your drive is what's going to put you in the same room with the people that you're aspiring to be close to.
And let me tell y'all, she lives what she's speaking. I'm blessed to be in her group me with powerhouses, y'all. I got to tell you, like, powerhouses who I'm even honored to be on the list in your life. But really, when I tell you, all the people in this group me even inspire me, knowing what they do in their respective industries. And so it's so cool, and I'm honored. I'm so honored to know you, so honored to love you, that I get to love you in this lifetime. And girl, look at me tearing up. Well, before we get to that, Somebody play some music or something, tell a joke or something. I'm tearing up. But y'all, I'm just so extremely proud of the next and now generation that God is raising up to do incredible things here in our city. And Nyla, you are definitely one of those young women for me. I adore you. I'm proud of you. And here's what I need y'all to do, right? Because I love her. So I need y'all to stand on business. If you know a young person, maybe you're a coach, you have a mentee, maybe you're a mentor, a teacher. Listen, and especially those professors on a college campus, instead of talking to your other colleagues about what the student doesn't have or what they're not doing, here's a way that you can support them, right? Speak life over the next generation. So go ahead, hit up All Things Dream Collegiate. So proud of my sis. And y'all already know how this go. Look, if you know any other Nylas, we're talking young powerhouses, moguls in the making, doing great things, send them my way. If they're your mentees, maybe they're your own young person, whoever it is, send them my way. Send an email to hello@ohaviaphillips.com. We'd love to learn about moguls in the making because they're really the heartbeat of the next and now generation to come. Nyla, you're her. I love you. And I got through this without crying. Gotcha. See, I won. I'm on. Love y'all. See you soon.